Hey lovelies, it's me Tiffany and I'm back to have a Housewives Discush Sesh with you. And we're gonna do Real Housewives of Beverly Hills today. Premiere episode for season 11. Now if you're new here, I like to get ready and do my makeup, and I like to talk about whatever is the latest Real Housewives episode that's on, because there's multiple on during the week. The only one I don't do is New Jersey, and I think I talked about that a few videos back about why I don't do New Jersey anymore. Essentially I just kind of lost interest in the New Jersey one after Teresa, I think, came back. Yeah, I watched that one and first season after she came back, and I don't know, lost interest, but that's not the point. So I just like to discuss the Real Housewives, and anything that I use on my face I'll put right down in the description below. And I just want to say a thank you to everybody who watches my videos and supports me, because it is pretty neat that there's other people even interested in what I'm talking about. So now let's get into this Housewives Discush Sesh, and we're going to get into the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, which is, by the way, one of my favorite franchises for the Real Housewives. I will let you guys know, because I feel like, unpopular opinion here, but I'm a Kyle fan. I always read comments about people that don't like Kyle and like read their perspective of her, and I'm like, or should I say perception of her, not perspective, but read their perspective of their perception of her. And a lot of the times I'm like, really? Because I guess I don't see it. So yeah, I am a Kyle fan. So hopefully that doesn't ruin anybody's thoughts of me. Hopefully that doesn't ruin my credibility of talking Housewives with anybody, because there's a lot of people that are not fans of Kyle. So first look of this season, for one, I've been dying for this to air ever since the stuff with Tom Girardi, Erica Girardi's husband, has come out, because I've been wondering, is that going to be like in the Housewives season? So I got to see the first look. They showed that first in the very beginning of the episode. They show you kind of what to expect this season, and we are in for a ride. It's gonna be epic. I think it's gonna be epic. So I'm gonna start. I'm actually gonna prime my face on screen today, so you're gonna watch that magic happen. If that's something that you find magical, should I say. So I must say that when Erica had her first season on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, I was such a fan of hers. Oh my gosh, I loved her. By the way, I am using my Colourpop Barbie collection basically on my whole face today. Is basically going to be that collection. So just going to drop that in there for you, so you already know. So I really liked Erica. Like, I thought that she was amazing her first season in. And there were some comments from somebody that was like, oh, I read the comments, because I'm a comment reader on like Facebook posts and like Instagram posts or on Twitter, and I like to just see what other people are thinking. And somebody was like, yeah, she's gonna be everybody's favorite right now, but just give her, till the next season. And I laughed it off, and I was like, whatever, like, she's awesome. She's like gonna always be my favorite. And then I liked her the next season and the season after that. But then the first time that she like went off on Eileen and like snapped off on her, I kind of saw a side of Erica that I was like, that's weird. Like, that's not what I was expecting her to be like. So I think after that, I kind of had a different view. And then we see in the previews for this season, she like kind of gets snippy with Sutton and is like, what are you gonna do? And Sutton's like, nothing. She's like, exactly. Shut your mouth. Like, okay. So I always liked Erica up until just a little bit, you know, a couple of seasons ago, and I've started to see a different side of her. And I'm really interested to see this whole drama unfold with her and Tom's marriage and just everything, because this whole time she's been on, it's like she's had such a lavish lifestyle. And normally I'm used to waiting, like Dorit and PK's demise, like their bankruptcy stuff and all that financial situation stuff that was out there, that's still out there about them and how they have like fake money, blah, blah, blah. I normally can pinpoint those ones when they come on at this point. I normally know which ones are probably just doing that for camera or, you know, whatever, and it's not real and they don't really substantially have anything to hold that lavish lifestyle other than one season into a reality show. But, wasn't expecting it with Erica. Wasn't expecting it. So this is interesting to me that her husband's been caught like misappropriating people's fund, like literally taking people's settlements that he wins for them and using them for his lifestyle, which, you know, of course also feeds into Erica's lifestyle, because I get that she has a fan following and she's on Housewives, but there's no way that she has that kind of money by herself to afford all that. Like, you know, Tom had given her money. If you don't believe that, I don't know what else to say. I mean, that's what I think. And if you don't, that's fine. I'm not going to sit here and debate it with you, but we all know that she was gaining from that, regardless. So Kathy Hilton is joining in on this season, which I was not expecting to see that when it first made headlines that she was joining the show, because of just the tumultuous relationship her and Kyle have had that viewers only have seen very little of, you know. We've heard about some of the discord there with different times, different seasons, different times for Kyle, and different seasons that there was stuff going on between her and Kathy, or Kathy's husband and Mauricio. So I was a little surprised to see that she's going to join, but, you know, I'm excited to see what their dynamic is like compared to Kim and Kyle's dynamic, because that was just a little toxic, just a bit. So I'm excited to see her join them, you know, from the first episode in. Well, I'm going to give my thoughts on that later. But regardless, I'm happy to see Kathy Hilton join in the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. They go to Kyle's house first, so we see Kyle first. And her new house is just beautiful. I mean, I don't know what it is about that curb appeal, but it was definitely catching my eye. Like, I think out of all their houses on the show, I think I like Kyle's the most. Again, I'm just a Kyle fan. What can I say? My goodness, I just love Kyle. Look, I did that way. We'll have to even those out. That's okay. And I love all of her dogs. I always have. They just look like they are just sweet and fun to play with. And what can I say? I'm an animal lover. I love dogs, cats, all of them. So we go to Kyle's because she is recovering from her nose surgery that she had, which, by the way, her nose looks great. I really do think, I mean, between her and Kim both went to some good doctors to get their noses done. Because even Kim, when she got her nose done, it looked like great. It looked like the nose that she should have been born with. Because sometimes some nose surgeries don't turn out like that. You know, some of them are like, but Kyle's turned out really good. I thought that it definitely did give her more youth. And then we see Dorit and Erica, because they're going to go to Kyle's to visit her. Lisa Rinna's going there. Everybody's basically going to Kyle's. As first episode we see, and they are going to visit with her after her surgery, like I said. And Dorit has a nice new car, but my goodness, I don't even want to know what those payments are a month. Can you imagine? It's a $280,000 something car. Yikes. Yikes. But it's pretty pricey. And a little shot, I don't know. I just wonder how Dorit and PK, like, I don't know. How do they afford this? I just don't understand. Especially with how many articles are out there saying that they basically don't have real substantial finances like they come on the show portraying. So, if you can't tell, I don't know. Verdict's still out on Dorit. I don't know. Sometimes I don't mind her, and other times I'm like, why is this lady still on the show? And then I feel like it was pretty interesting that Erica and Dorit have come such a long way from the Pantygate. You know? Who knew that one day they would be in the car together gonna go visit Kyle, you know, after surgery? Not me. Did not think that back then. Especially after the reunion that year. Ooh. PK and Erica got into it a little bit. And then Kyle's talking to Rinna about how much PK and Mauricio have, you know, really bonded and became bros. They have a bromance. And I'm just wondering how Mauricio can hang out with PK, because I personally find PK to be a little creepy, if I'm just being honest. And apparently there's some competition with PK for hottest husband, because that, like, Mauricio has that title. Good luck, PK. Because I don't think that you're gonna win that one over Mauricio. I mean, he is the hottest of the hot. And you know what makes him hot is because of what kind of husband he is to Kyle. Like, that's what makes him hot. Just saying. So Kyle is also talking about how Garcelle is not following her on Instagram. And she's going through, or she's like showing Lisa Rinna, you know, how Garcelle does not follow her on Instagram. And then Kyle's in her confessional, and she was like, you know, there's just so much going on in the world right now. Do you really think I'm worried about somebody not following me on Instagram? We do. And then she's all, so in one breath she's saying that, and then in another she's like, oh, and by the way, she's following Teddy, and she's following Dorit, and she's following Erica, and she's following Sutton, and like naming off everybody. So in one breath, she doesn't care, and then in another, it's like, she does. She totally cares. Just thought that was a little funny. Irony right there. And then Garcelle and Sutton are getting together, which I kind of had a feeling that they would hit it off. I mean, especially last year after they hit it off pretty well, I feel, even last year. So I had a feeling that when this season started that they would be good friends. Now the thing is to see is if it will last. That's always what I like seeing, is who starts out as good friends in the season and then who starts drifting away from said good friends. I don't mind that Kyle had everybody in her bed. Like, that's fine. But Lisa's Rinna's shoes on her bed gross me out. I'm not gonna lie. Like, your shoes have been through who knows what, you know? Who knows what you've walked through. So please don't have your shoes on my bed. Like, that's just, your bare feet are better. Trust me. I'd rather your bare feet be on my bed than have your shoes. That's just my little thing. Maybe I'm being weird. Maybe I'm a little OCD with that, but I don't want no shoes on my bed. Just throwing that out there. Mauricio comes and brings everybody a gift, or not a gift. That would be better, but he brings everybody a drink. So it's Erica and Doree and Lisa Rinna over there, and Mauricio brings everybody a drink and then even offers to throw some food on the grill for them because he's already grilling for his kids, his girls, and his wife. And why not? What a sweet husband. MVP, Mauricio. You are the MVP. Then we go to, obviously commercial break, whatever. So, because then when we come back, it's Doree and PK at their house. And my goodness, that is a green wall that they have for their bedroom. Real green. That's all I caught was just green. Not for me. That doesn't mean anything. I mean, it's not like it's my room, but I'm just saying that if that was my room, it would not be for me. Sutton is now in Kyle's, in one of her houses, a rental, and the Bel Air one, which I think was that one that she got, that somebody had like broken into, or was that a different one? No, I can't remember. But anyways, Sutton is staying at Kyle's rental. And you can tell that she's really making it her own. I mean, it's a nice house no matter what. It's just, if I did not know that was... She didn't say it was Kyle's house directly. I don't know if I would have even remembered because it's so, decorated so differently than what Kyle had it. So, anyway, so she's making that into her own, and it's nice. It's a nice house. Kyle, of course, is like, it's a little weird seeing somebody with their stuff in my house. Which, I mean, I don't even think she was in that one for very long, if I remember right. But, you know how Kyle can be dramatic. And then Garcelle is going to go meet up with Lisa Rinna because apparently they haven't seen each other since the reunion. And Garcelle is not happy with how Lisa treated Denise Richards at the reunion, which I didn't like how she treated Denise Richards either. I don't know how each person watching this feels about Denise Richards, but all I got to say is that I really like Denise. I was happy to see her come on the show. And I was really upset to see that, like, it didn't last. Oh. But I'm really upset that, like, Lisa Rinna was not a good friend to Denise at all. And I didn't think it was cool, like, that she fixated so much on Denise's relationship with, like, Brandi Glanville, because truthfully, who cares? I did not understand. It's just like the dungeon situation at the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Like, a lot of grown women do whatever they're gonna do. And like Brandi, she's wrong for even doing that to Denise too. Whatever the situation was is like between them. Like, I just feel like it was really nobody's business. And for Lisa Rinna to have to pick such an issue with Denise over there, like, if you had such a long-standing friendship with her, why would you do that? I don't know why you would, but she did. So, you know, Garcelle also does not think it's cool the way that Lisa Rinna was to Denise. But, you know, they're on the same show, so they need to at least meet up and make sure that they can patch things up, so to say. So they're going to do that. And I don't know. You just get the vibe that Garcelle is really not gonna tolerate the BS. And Lisa sometimes can be full of that. And I do like how Garcelle takes Denise's side. I think that's good. Anyhow. Oops. We can't skip a page, silly. How silly. So, while they're, you know, talking and everything, Rinna says that she feels bad for how she treated Denise. Do you guys think that? Or do you think she was just saying that to, like, basically appease Garcelle and let's just move forward kind of thing? Because that's what I think. That's what I think she did. She was just doing that so they could move along, basically, and not have to keep on going on about it. Like, she just wanted to shut it down, I think, at that point. But let me know what you think. And then she goes on to say that her and Garcelle have been friends longer than what she was with Denise. And then Garcelle's like, well, that's not what Denise was saying. So now, I mean, it kind of brings me to, well, who was she friends with longer? Again, not that it matters, but sometimes I just feel like Lisa Rinna lies or deflects from herself on other people. And it's kind of annoying. The queen of own it sometimes can't even own it herself. And that's just where I'm at with it. She's another one on Beverly Hills. She could be there or not. I probably wouldn't care. I just think she causes more controversy and trouble than anything else. And then I think that I wrote down how I think Rinna looks different. Because there was something in that scene with her and Garcelle. There just appeared to be something different to me about her. Like, maybe, is it a new makeup artist? Did she maybe have some work done? I don't know. But something was different about Rinna. Do you think so too? Or am I just seeing things? Because I really feel like she looked like she had some work done. But I could be wrong. So now we go to Erica, who's with her squad, and they're talking about what she should basically part with, and it's just crazy to see the amount of clothes and shoes that woman has. And now that we know what we know, it's even more, like, in a way disturbing to see, because to think like that you would have taken money from people that had settlements from injury or whatever the case was and use it for yourself is just, that's awful. I don't know what to make of her and the whole Tom and her situation either. Because I've always felt like their relationship was, like, strange to me. It was, like, more business to me than, I don't know, there's just always something weird whenever they were on screen together. So seeing her closet and all that was a little cringy. Now we go to Garcelle's house. And, gosh, who was she? Oh, was it Sutton that was over there? I think it was Sutton. She was showing, like, the fish and stuff, too. And she said, this is Dorit and Kyle. Do you really believe that? Because if so, that is too much. I hope she was just joking. And they show Garcelle's, like, what do you guys think? They show Garcelle's glam room, and oh my gosh, it's so cool looking. Like, I'd want to get ready in there. It was so pink and pretty, and yeah, I like her glam room. That's cute. But yeah, again, I'm really hoping that she's just joking around about those fish. I really hope she did not name them Dorit and Kyle. We have another new girl this season, and her name is... Why do I keep saying Rebecca? Stop it. Crystal Minkoff. Why do I keep wanting to say Rebecca Minkoff? I don't know, but I do. So, I need to keep correcting myself so I don't get her name mixed up. Crystal Minkoff is a friend of Kathy Hilton, which I find interesting that they're bringing 2 newbies in that are already friends. That does not happen often in the Bravo sphere. So, interesting. I'm interested to see both of them. And I gotta remember, it's Crystal. It's not Rebecca. Crystal. I have a friend named Crystal, so why is it so hard to remember? Oh yeah. I put how it's funny that the newbies are already friends, but how hard can that be, like, given that it is like LA and stuff? You know, I feel like it's probably pretty easy to know the same people when you're in Beverly Hills or LA. And then Dorit is telling, oh yeah, that's who went over there. Dorit went over to Garcelle's. It wasn't Sutton. Silly me. So do you guys think that Dorit really does trust Rinna? Because it didn't really feel to me that she does. I feel like she's saying, like, yeah, I trust her. But I really don't. I'm not believing it. Sometimes fallout is not fun. So now we see Kathy. She is with Crystal, which I must say that Crystal is beautiful. She's beautiful. She's like way tall. She's tall. I was not expecting her when she was standing by herself. It didn't seem like she was all that tall. But then when she was standing next to like Kyle and Kyle, she looks like she's pretty short. I wish. 5'8". I wish I was a little shorter. And when I saw Crystal's husband Rob on screen with her, it didn't even appear that there was an age gap like there is. I think she said there's like a 20-year age gap. But to me, they didn't look like they were, you know, Erica and Tom, it's like, you know, you can look at them and, I mean, obviously there's an age gap there. But when I was looking at Crystal and her husband Rob, I was like, I would not have even known. And he was also the director of Lion King. Like, he probably filmed most of my childhood movies. Seems that way, at least. Or directed film, you know. She does seem very classy, but then like very down to earth all at the same time. So I feel like she's gonna be a good addition to the Housewives of Beverly Hills. It was cool seeing like all of her husband's memorabilia and stuff from the movies. And then Erica, they show her getting all glammed up because Dorit is going to host, you know, a party at her house. It's been COVID, shutdowns and all that. So the wives are itching to have fun and go back out and see each other. And I know what I was just saying about Erica and her glam squad or, you know, how much money she spends on everything. But I just love seeing her with her glam squad. There's just something so fun about watching her with them. And that pink dress was so cute. She is good, even better looking, should I say, in those bright pinks. I wonder if she still has her glam squad now. Makes you wonder. But I like seeing her get all glammed up. And then Dorit and her glam squad, oh my goodness. Her with her photo shoot and everything afterwards cracks me up. I'm still trying to figure out, like I said earlier, how Dorit and PK afford that lifestyle. Because I just don't really feel like we've ever gotten a definitive understanding of what he even does. You know, like with Kyle, obviously, Mauricio does real estate. Kathy Hilton, we know her husband, I mean, we know. We know they got money. Erica was with Tom. And obviously Rinna and Harry Hamlin. Crystal Minkoff's with Rob Minkoff, so we get that. But where does PK, I mean, I know that he like manages Boy George, but I don't feel like Boy George is selling out like he did back in the day, you know? And I don't know if it's Dorit's swim line, but I don't know. I'm just curious. Sorry, you guys probably hear my cranky toddler. He's cranky a lot of times I do videos because he wants to be with me. And I'm hidden in my bathroom doing a video. And he does not like it. That's what being 2 is all about, though, isn't it? Being grumpy. Having everybody try to make you happy. Okay. But anyways, oh yeah, I liked seeing, you know, Dorit getting all dressed up and Erica. I enjoyed that. Although it does kind of take the fun out of doing your own, doesn't it? So now we see Kathy in the car with Crystal. And they're going over to Dorit's barbecue. I'm going to use the term barbecue very loosely here because I would not consider that to, like, I don't know. We'll get there. But Kathy cracked me up because she was like, oh, where are we going? And Crystal's like, oh yeah, you know, we're going to this barbecue over at Dorit's house or whatever. And Kathy's like, oh yeah, we're going to a barbecue and we're in our ball gowns. And I'm right there with her. Yeah, Kathy, what are we doing going to a barbecue dressed up like this? Like, I don't know. Doesn't make sense. It's not what I envision for barbecue attire, but who am I? Ooh, I'm really liking this eyeshadow look. More than what I thought. It definitely is giving me my Barbie nostalgia that I had from when I was growing up. It's fun, look. Oh, who knew I'd have so much fun with it? Anyways, but Kathy cracked me up saying that, oh yeah, we're going to a barbecue in our in our ball gowns. Can I even talk? Good grief. And then when she gets there, she's like Kathy's like talking about her eyesight and stuff and saying like how she was telling Dorit like that she needs contacts, but she doesn't like putting them in or whatever. So she's not wearing them because she thought that who came out looking like something that Kyle would wear? I don't want to say. Oh yeah, it was Garcelle. I was gonna say I don't want to say it was Garcelle, but now that I think of it, yeah, it is Garcelle that came in, and Kathy thought it was her sister. So Dorit was like, it's Garcelle. Kathy was like, yeah, I don't wear my contacts. I'm just getting a kick out of her already. So, just saying, maybe I just like the Richard sisters. Who knows? Okay. And then Crystal gave some major shade to Dory. Ooh. So she was talking about how, like, most of the people, you know, knows everybody. You basically run in the same circles in Beverly Hills. Oops. And that if you don't know somebody, it's because they're not worth knowing. So the producer, you're not cameraman, producer, whatever, whoever asks them their questions was like, do you know Dory? And she was like, no. Ooh, the shade. The shade. Because, I don't know, I still just feel like Dory is trying to fit in a crowd that maybe she's not quite. I don't know. You tell me what you think of Dory. Am I the only one that thinks this? Am I being hard on the girl? I don't know if I am, but if I am, I'd love to know from somebody. Let me know what you think. I'm not trying to be unjustly fair to somebody, but she just sometimes drives me crazy. So I thought it was funny when Crystal said that because she's, for one, not the first one to say it. But it was the way that she said it was funny. And Kyle was late, and I thought it was funny that Dorit was like, oh, well, were you doing glam? Is that why you were late? Because, you know, last year that was a big deal. Was that Dorit was constantly late because she was, you know, getting her glam on and taking pictures for her Insta. So I thought it was funny that Dorit threw that back at Kyle and was like, oh, is that why you're late to mine? Is because you were in the middle of glam? And then, of course, once they get there, Mauricio and PK are like, we're out of here. These ladies can just go on with their night. We're out of here. We're going to go do our own thing. I did not waste any time either. I thought everybody was dressed nicely. You know, Rinna really looks good in like those, that green color that she was wearing. I have to say, she does. And Garcelle looked cute. I liked her outfit. I liked all of their outfits, really. The Beverly Hills ladies, they typically always dress very nicely. I don't normally have any complaints about them. I can now get this thing open. There we go. My favorite part too. The highlighter not want to work. So as the night goes on, they're all having fun. And Kathy at one point calls Dorit. She kept saying Dorit. It was making me laugh. The more that she kept saying it. I don't know why. Maybe it's just easy to make me laugh, but she didn't even have Dorit's name right, and she was over there, so yeah. Ooh, I'm gonna have to use a spongy. Because I want highlight, honey. Highlight these cheeks. And then they all start talking about the different feelings that they each had during like COVID and all that. And I thought it was interesting to hear them. Because, I mean, obviously they live a much more opulent lifestyle than what I do. So hearing, you know, like where they had their struggles at, you know, just made it all the more real. Because even people with money struggle during those times. You know, Erica was definitely talking about how she basically just didn't know what to do with herself. And I think that this is how we're like basically starting to see where everything with her and Tom is going to end up. Because we know that divorce, well, if you follow them, like I do on social media and read articles, feel like the divorce thing came out sometime last year. So I've been waiting to see if they're gonna show it, which they are. I wonder if she'll still be on though after this season. I wonder if she'll come back, or who knows. But so they start showing like little clips of Tom and Erica's like house and everything. Probably just to showcase like where we're going with it. Because we know it's about to hit the fan. And if you don't know, you should just look it up. Like you'll find everything you need to know. If you do not know anything about the Tom Girardi and Erica situation. And then we're gonna see like the foreshadow of everything, which basically is what I'm feeling like this whole season's gonna be. Is basically gonna be about Erica and Tom and their surrounding legal drama. I'm interested though. Because all these years she's been not portraying herself like that would have ever happened. Which makes me even more interested to find out, you know, more about it. Because all those jewelry and all those like pieces that we have seen throughout years on the show, you know that they're going to take all that. We all know it. All right. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for this look. Oh, it says Barbie right on it. That's cute. Oh yeah. This is like all of my 90s dreams come true in a makeup order. All right, if you ever wanted to feel a little bit like Barbie, go get yourself one of these palettes. You need to. Go get something from their collection. Because, my goodness, I love it. And then we get, okay, back to Beverly. So then we get to see the next episode, what they're going to basically be covering. Which, who knew that we would get to have a girls' trip so, like, into the first episode. This is crazy. We normally have to wait until, like, almost the end of the season for there to be a little ladies trip. So for them to put in a girls trip, like basically right when the season starts, oh, I'm living for it. Living for it. So I think that concludes our Beverly Hills Housewives episode, because that's about all. Oh, wait, I forgot that Erica did share that she decided to go on an antidepressant or an anxiety medication called Lexapro. And I'm just here to say that I have been on it for 4 years now. And it is very helpful if you have struggle with anxiety. I think they also prescribe it for certain types of depression. So don't ever be too ashamed, you know, to go get yourself help, because you should not struggle alone with that. I wanted to make sure to touch on that. So yeah, I'm definitely ready for this Tahoe trip with these ladies. Looks like that's where we're going to be at the next time that we see them, which is in a couple days. I'm just really late on finally getting around to this, but I'm telling you guys, after I got my tattoo last week, I was just, I was hurting, which is starting to heal a little bit more, obviously, because it's been a few days, but it's still not 100%, obviously, because again, it's only been a few days. So, yeah, that is our Beverly Hills. We have, let's see, Dallas is done. Atlanta's done. So now we just have New York and Beverly Hills that I'll be doing a discuss sesh with you. So thank you guys for joining me today. I hope you like my look. I'm liking it. I like the eyes. Definitely. So hope you like it. Oh, you know what? Before I let you go, let me do a nice little finishing spritz. Oh, I love it. And that's our completed look for the day. I'll see you next time for our next Housewives Discuss Sesh, and I'll see you. Bye.